What's up, everybody? It's your boy Eddie 1000, aka Duriel 1000. Got my new website, newworldaddress.com. If you have not heard, we are in the new world. So go to newworldaddress.com, newworldaddress.com, and check it out. All right, so this video is about the fight prediction between Lomachenko and Devin the Dream Haney. Now, I don't make predictions on every fight. But this fight is special. All right. Why is this fight special? Well, this fight is special because, for one, it has been anticipated for quite some time. These two were supposed to fight back like 2 years ago, and supposedly Loma ducked Haney, but I don't think that's the case. I think that Loma was going for undisputed, and Haney was his mandatory, right? Haney beat several men to become Lomachenko's mandatory. But what do we see all the time with people who, are striving for undisputed? They oftentimes skip their mandatory and go fight for a belt. So I'm not sure exactly what happened, why they didn't fight. I wasn't behind the scene. I can't read people's mind. That's just what I'm thinking, that Loma wanted to be undisputed. Therefore, he did not uh, handle his mandatory, and which is Devin Haney, and he basically went to Teofimo, and he fought Teofimo because Teofimo had the belts, because Teofimo had been on a motherfucking Teofimo was the man back in the day. Teofimo beat so many cats. What's his name? He, what's the dude's name? He beat the southpaw. I forgot his name. He knocked out basically everybody. Richard Comey knocked out in the damn second round. He fucking beat so many people, and he'd do the backflip. Long story short, Lomachenko wanted to fight him because Teofimo had the belts, and he wanted to get undisputed. So him and Teofimo fought for undisputed. Teofimo won. I put my money on Teofimo that fight because Teofimo was unstoppable at that point to me. I put my money on Teofimo. And long story short, Teofimo went on to fight George Kambosos. George Kambosos knocked down Teofimo in like the first round. And then Teofimo knocked down George Kambosos in like the 7th or 8th round or something like that. But George Kambosos got the nod in that fight against Teofimo. And I don't know what was wrong with Teofimo. Teofimo, I think he overlooked George Kambosos. Teofimo was not the same Teofimo that fought Lomachenko, and I hadn't seen that Teofimo since. That's neither here nor there. So we have George Kambosos becomes the, I guess, quote unquote, undisputed or temporary undisputed or what have you. He has most of the belts. So Devin Haney goes on to fight George Kambosos twice, beats him, and he's undisputed now. Devin Haney's undisputed. And now you have Loma, who was supposedly in the Ukrainian war or whatever, and he has been on a roll. He beat Nakatani. He beat Rich. He basically took the path that Teofimo took to get to Loma, but Loma now had to go and fight these guys to get his shot at undisputed. So that's how we got to where we are now. We have Lomachenko versus Devin Haney. That was a little backstory. Now, here's these two fighters here are completely different. Now, another reason I'm making this video is because I think people are smoking crack when they're saying that Devin Haney is going to beat Lomachenko. Like, what the hell are you smoking? Now, again, I put my money on Teofimo when he fought Loma. That's because Teofimo was the man. Teofimo, him and his dad were ready. They were seeking out. Not only were they just seeking out Loma, they showed that they were prepared for Loma. They've been waiting for this moment. Now, some people might say, "Oh, well, Devin Haney has been calling for Loma for quite some time." Well, that's true. However, you have Ryan. I have to throw the. This is going to be quite a long video. You have Ryan Garcia, who has been calling out Tank for four 4 years now. You know, well, was calling out Tank. They already fought. Tank motherfucking beat Ryan from pillar to motherfucking post, same way Devin Haney beat George Kambosos from pillar to post. Now, I'm not taking nothing away from Devin Haney. I want to say that right now, but there's too many question marks around Devin Haney. Okay. Where was I? All right, so you have, where was I? Pillar post. Loma beat Nakatani. Loma beat Nakatani. Loma beat Richikome. Loma beat Ortiz. Now they're saying, oh yeah, I was talking about how Devin Haney has been calling out for Loma for quite some time, but Ryan Garcia has been calling out for Tank. And what happens, my point was, a lot of these fighters think that, you know, they're overconfident. Okay? Being confident is one thing. Being overconfident is another thing. Overconfidence against in the wrong situations are bad, but overconfidence in other situations are beneficial. But Ryan Garcia was overconfident against Tank. He thought that, oh, I can beat Tank. Tank told him, you're not a complete fighter. Now, Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia are basically about the same caliber, right? They fought each other in the amateurs. Devin Haney won 3, Ryan won 3. So they're not on a different level. They're about on the same level as each other, Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. All right. The point is, I believe that Devin Haney is way too overconfident for this fight against Loma. He's been calling out Loma, but Devin Haney, just like Ryan Garcia, he hasn't been battle tested. He hasn't been through any wars. Devin Haney, I don't even remember Devin Haney being cut. I don't even remember Devin Haney having blood on his face. Devin Haney never touched the canvas. Now, I'm not saying touching the canvas make you a better fighter, but going through wars, you find out who you are. Okay? Devin Haney has not been through any wars. Devin Haney has not fought anybody at any level near Vasily Lomachenko. Devin Haney's best wins are against Jorge Linares, George Kambosos. And I'm not even going to talk about his fight with Linares. He beat Linares. I mean, nearly did Teofimo fight Linares? No, Teofimo didn't fight Linares. Loma beat Linares. Linares had some losses. All right. I will give credit to Devin and Ryan. You know, they are overconfidence is good for us fans because I'm glad that Tank and Ryan fought, and I'm glad that Devin and Loma are fighting. I'm glad that these two called out these fights because as a fan, I want to see them. I want to see the fights. But this is a prediction video, and Devin Haney has not been battle tested. He has not gone through any wars. Devin Haney has not. I don't even think Devin Haney's been had a shiner. How I don't think Devin Haney has any sort of cuts and bruises. You know, he might have had a little dinger right there, but that's about it from what I can remember. I mean, from what's the little dude name Gamboa to Linares, Jojo Diaz. He got touched up by Jojo Diaz, who's a southpaw, and Devin Haney. The thing about this fight against Loma is I believe, is a one-trick pony. He's a one-trick pony. What does Devin Haney rely on? His jab. All right? Your jab can be taken away from you. What is Devin going to resort to then? We don't know. We don't know. And that's why I said it's a question mark. It's a question mark of what's going to happen when Devin, gets cut. What's going to happen when Devin's nose breaks? What's going to happen when Devin, gets a busted lip? What's going to happen when Devin hits the canvas? We seen that with Ryan. We seen that with Loma. They got knocked down. They hopped right back up. We hadn't seen that with Devin. So there's question marks. You got so many question marks. What's going to happen if Loma takes away Devin's jab? What is he going to resort to? What's going to happen if he gets cut? What's going to happen if he gets knocked down? All of these questions. What's going to happen when that jab is ducked? What's going to happen when the inside fighting happens? What's going to happen when Loma gets Haney on the ropes? What's going to happen? I have to bring up the Linares fight because I've only seen Devin Haney rock once. And that was with Jorge Linares. And I'm not saying that's a knock on Devin Haney. As good he got rocked. Floyd Mayweather got rocked several times against Maidana, against Mosley, Sugar Shane Mosley. Everybody gets rocked. This is boxing. But the thing about it is that Devin's only been rocked once. And it's not like he's been fighting the same caliber fighters as Floyd was fighting, right? He's been fighting B-level fighters. Loma's not a B-level fighter. Loma showed how good he was against Gary Russell, against Linares, stopped Linares, damn near stopped Richie Comey, stopped Nakatani. So he's stopping folks. So he has pop. Devin hadn't had any pop. Devin hadn't had any stoppages as of late. All right. So what's going to happen when Loma does not respect Devin's jab? What's going to happen when that jab doesn't keep Loma off of him? What's going to happen? These are all questions that need to be answered. Okay? Now, let's go back to the one-trick ponies. When a one-trick pony fighter fights a complete fighter, the complete fighter always wins. Always wins. Yeah, I remember I put money on Lyndon Arthur when he fought, what's homeboy name? for the first time. The dude who fought, the dude that Canelo fought, light heavyweight. I forget his name. Is it start with an A? Whatchamacallit just fought him. It's Better Biev. Better Biev just fought him. Anthony Yard. That's it. Anthony Yard. Lyndon Arthur versus Anthony Yard, first fight. I put my money on Lyndon Arthur. Why did I put my money on Lyndon Arthur? Because he had a great jab. And that fight I won because Yard respected Lyndon Arthur's jab. The whole fight, Lyndon Arthur, on the outside, on the outside, Lyndon Arthur taller, linkier, and has an excellent jab. Lyndon Arthur has a good-ass jab. But he won fight number 1. But fight number 2, Anthony Yard said, fuck your jab. I'm going to get in the inside, and I'm going to beat the shit out of you. And that's exactly what happened in fight 2. And Anthony Yard knocked out Lyndon Arthur in like the third round, second or third round. There was nothing Lyndon Arthur could do. He didn't have an inside game, and his jab was not effective in keeping Anthony Yard off of him. Now, another fight. We can look at Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. All 3 fights. Deontay Wilder, one-trick pony. One-trick pony. He relies on his right hand. And a knockout. Power. Right? He's not skillful. There's nothing wrong with being a one-trick pony per se. Like I said, one-trick pony is okay for a certain level. Once you get to the top tippity top, you have these complete fighters who know how to take away, or they might be able to take your punches. Then what's that one-trick pony going to do? That one-trick pony has no other tricks. That one-trick pony is done. And we've seen that in Wilder and Fury. Fury's a complete fighter. Fury beat Wilder. They tied. It was a draw in the first one. He beat him the second one. Beat him the third time. They fight again. He'll beat him again. A complete fighter always beats a one-trick pony. All right. And Devin Haney, at this point, is a one-trick pony. He relies on his jab. Now he may have more tools in the back. We don't know, because everybody that he's fought respected his jab. When you reach up to the top levels, they're gonna take your jab away, just like Tank took Ryan's left hook away. He not only did he take his left hook away, he used his left hook against him. Ryan threw the left hook 3 consecutive times, and on the third time, Tank ducked. Tank hit him with a left, sent Ryan to the floor. All right. Ryan has no inside game. Tank is a complete fighter. Tank got on the inside of Ryan. Ryan didn't know what to do. Ryan threw the left hook like he always does. Tank threw his hook to the body. Knocked Ryan Garcia out with the body shot to the liver. That comes from skills. That comes from skills. And as the old saying goes, skills pays the bills. Not a skill pay the bills. Skills is plural. Lomachenko has skills. Now, let's talk about Lomachenko. We've been talking about Devin Haney. Lomachenko, first and foremost, yes, he beat Comey. He beat Nakatani. His last fight was against Jermaine Ortiz. And I think Jermaine Ortiz should have got the nod. That's just what I think. At least a draw. Uh, but I mean, even after the fight, Loma walked over and gave him the belt. You know, so you have. I'm not even going to talk about the recent corruption with Rowley and uh, Weeks, Tony Weeks stopping the fight. I ain't even talk about all the other variables that go into a fight. But let's talk about Loma and Jermaine Ortiz. Jermaine Ortiz was a tough fighter. I went back and watched that fight today. Jermaine Ortiz switched up from southpaw to orthodox throughout the fight with Lomachenko. All right, and he was aggressive. He took a page from Teofimo's book and had Loma backing up and running a lot of the fight. Okay, not the whole fight. And Loma did put in some good work, but I don't think it was enough to get the nod. But he got the nod, so there's that. Now, everybody is saying that Loma is past his age after the Jermaine Ortiz fight. And Loma, Devin Haney hopped in the ring talking about, yo, let's go. Loma was like, let's do it. So everybody is like, Loma's washed. But I don't think they understood the fight that Ortiz fought, which was a hell of a fight. And we've never seen Devin Haney press a fighter. We've never seen that. Devin Haney will stay on the outside. That's his game. His game is not to press a fighter and to come forward. If Haney tries to do that, well, that would be a good strategy. But we've never seen that from Haney before. All we've seen from Haney was stand on the outside and jabbing. Stand on the outside and jabbing. Teofimo, press Loma. Jermaine Ortiz, press Loma. Salido, press Loma. All these cats pressed Loma, and they ended up winning. Well, Jermaine Ortiz didn't win, but he put up a hell of a fight. Didn't get knocked out. Richard Comey, he had more of a Devin Haney style. He tried to stay on the outside. Nakatani, he tried to fight on the outside. Loma got in. Linares tried to fight on the outside. Loma got in. So Haney, what's going to happen when Haney is not able to keep Loma on the outside? How's Haney's mid-range game? How's Haney's inside game? Can't clinch. You can't be doing all that clinching on Loma now. You can try that shit. That shit ain't gonna work. Loma's not going to allow you to clinch him unless you want to be clinched. What is Haney going to do when in that mid-range and in that inside game? We've seen Comey get knocked down on the inside game. Nakatani fucked up inside game. Jermaine Ortiz pressed forward and he was able to keep Loma on the outside for the majority of the fight, right? That's the only way you can keep Loma on the outside. But the thing about it is that Jermaine Ortiz had motherfucking pop. He's knocked out fighters. Teofimo was the knockout king when he fought Lomachenko. Pressing forward and having power is how you beat Loma. Stand on the outside is not how you beat Loma. Staying on the outside against Loma is how Loma gets on the inside and beats your ass. So if Devin Haney relies on that jab and does not have any other things to pull out of his sleeve, Devin Haney is going to get knocked the fuck out. Period. I don't know if it seemed like all of these analysts, so-called analysts and boxing experts don't know what the fuck they talking about, so I had to make this video. Now, not too many people watch this channel, which is cool, because this is my receipt, right? I'm posting this so people can see, oh, he did say what he said. He got receipts to prove it. Well, you know, the truth. Sometimes people don't like the truth. Sometimes people don't like to know that they're wrong, and that's my prediction. Haney is going to stay on the outside. He's not going to press Loma, and not just try pressing Loma. You better know what the fuck you doing when you pressing Loma. When you Jermaine Ortiz pressed Loma, but he switched from orthodox to southpaw. That was his little trick. We hadn't seen anything like that from Haney, right? So Haney's gonna try to keep Loma on the outside. Loma's gonna come in. Loma's gonna bloody up Devin Haney's nose. Loma's gonna bloody up Devin Haney's eye. Loma's gonna knock out Devin Haney. That's the end. That's the black and white. That's the 1 and 0. You know, that's just what it is. That's just what it is. Because again, boxing's not rocket science. It's a sweet science, but it's not rocket science. Gotta have 2 fists. You can use those 2 fists however which way they want. You also have distance. You have timing. You have strategy. You have different looks you can give people. Head movement. How's Devin Haney's head movement? Does Devin Haney move his head? What happens when Devin Haney gets pressed? Nobody has pressed Devin Haney. Nobody. Jojo Diaz did try a couple times with success pressing Devin Haney. All right? But Jojo Diaz is not no Lomachenko. Jojo Diaz is a B-level fighter, and nothing wrong with being a B-level fighter, but it's not a Lomachenko, not a Gary Russell. Devin Haney has height, and Loma's fought Nakatani. So the only thing new Devin is bringing is his weight. That's the only thing new Devin Haney is bringing in this fight that Loma may not have seen. But Teofimo was heavy. Devin heavy. But those two are different things. Devin Haney does not have power. Devin Haney has not knocked out. I don't even remember the last time he knocked someone out. So that's my prediction. Leave a message in the comments. Holla at you later. I'm Eddie. I'm out.